Here we are then for another F1 22 video, and this one is going to be a comparison showing off the new Spanish Grand Prix, the updates to the circuit, and comparing it to last year's game F1 2021. So if you guys are going to enjoy, leave a like and subscribe for more F1 22 related content. Let me know if you want to see more of these with other updated circuits, and I'll be sure to do that for you guys. And yeah, we're going to jump into it. In the background, you'll also hear some engine sounds. You can tell which one is which because F1 22 has music dubbed over it. So yeah, I'll try and make sure I go quiet at times so you can appreciate the sounds. But this is mainly going to be a comparison video showing off the two versions of each circuit. Now then, let's break down the actual details and let's talk about it. So the rundown to turn 1, and we have a few visual changes, but the key thing here is the apex. On the inside, we now have the actual proper yellow sausage curbs from last year's Grand Prix, which is massive, and you're going to see a recurring theme of that throughout this entire lap. They've basically actually gone out their way and finally put all the sausage curbs in the correct places. Another extra thing worth noting is on the outside, the long lap / extra wide chicane for the MotoGP bikes has been improved and made more realistic. As we roll the frame forward, no big changes in terms of turn 2. Turn 3 also the same. Exit of turn 3, you have a bit less green paint on the runoff, and you then approach turn 4. Worth noting here, really only just a few changes to the colour of the curbs and nothing visual, except for the fact we now have brake marker boards, which is a bit of a bonus and something that will help in terms of braking. We do have the white lines already in last year's game, but at least this time now we have actual brake marker boards, which are going to help. So a little detail there and extra bonus points to that one. Turn number 4, no changes here. We now make our way down to turn 5, and this is where we see a few more adjustments. So we turn in, and not just at the apex itself, already on corner entry, we have brake marker boards once again, but on the apex, as you can see on the inside, we have a bit of green AstroTurf and some more sausage curbs, which again will stop people cutting and keeps it in line with the real-life version of the circuit. We roll the frame on just a tad later, and we have a new serrated green curb on the edge, which is going to also play into the real-life version of the circuit, which I really like. So big brownie points for that. Not just sausage curbs, but also these kind of double-edged, extra curbs on top of the red and white ones, which do play a big part. We see more of them in F1 nowadays, more and more at most circuits. So I'm glad they've put that in, and they do feel different compared to other curbs when I've driven the game. So that is a big detail. We're now going to run the frame forward though a bit more, and we're going to let the lap catch up a little bit as we make our way into the chicane. So 6 and 7, we pause it again. On the inside, you can see a couple more sausage curbs, which are great. The curb itself is unchanged, just the fact we have the yellow sausages on the inside. As for the exit, you can see here we now have an extended sausage curb. So in past games, the sausage was only on the very end of the exit. Now we have it all the way down pretty much at the start of the corner really, and I'd even say a bit closer to the actual curb itself. So yeah, basically running out a bit wider is going to be more of a challenge, and you're going to have to deal with that kind of thing if you have a low ride height or make a mistake. So good to see from Co-Masters there. We're now going to run the frame forward a bit more. Turn 9. Worth noting on entry, they've extended the curb on the left to match it up to real life pretty much, and much closer to the corner turn-in itself, which I like to see. Then turn 9 itself, inside apex, features a small little yellow sausage curb just to stop you from cutting too much. Exit has a serrated curb, which I think is the same as last year's game. In this case, it has just been reskinned or retextured to different colors, but I do believe in terms of how it feels, it should be about the same compared to last year's game. So again, more details there as we run down now to the new turn 10. So let's watch this in full speed. Now we saw it in full speed with F1 21 audio. We're now going to watch it back at 50% speed, and you can see comparing the two very different versions, different layouts. Overall though, the new version I do quite like and seems quite tasty, so I can't wait to get my hands on it. We then run it forward into the next right-hander. We have a sausage curb on the inside, very small one, but just a little detail there. we now run the frame on, and this part of the track is pretty much unchanged, really. We have a sausage curb on the exit here on the left through the chicane, but the actual layout, if you guys remember, I think last year's game, they already changed this bit, because on F1 2020, it was different, and it was quite inaccurate. So they already kind of modified this final part of the lap last year. So there's not a lot of change to really take place here, except for one last very big detail for me, sausage curb wise, and it's on the exit of this chicane, because in real life you watch the cars drive and bump over this, you know, all the time, chasing lap times, and many times you see the cars actually kind of skateboard and rail on the curb as the floor bottoms out, and then they kind of grip back up as soon as they run out of curb. And I'm glad they put this in the game, so you can see compared to the lap on the left how wide I am. You won't be able to do that on this year's game anymore, or at least maybe not in the same way. Maybe with a setup change you can pull it off. So yeah, that is the big final change. And then finally the final corner, which doesn't have a sausage curb, and then the exit features a serrated curb right on the exit, right towards the very end as we start the lap. So pretty much, guys, that is it. Those are all the changes featuring the new turn 10. If you want to see not the exact turn 10, but that corner in action in some way, shape or form, I've done a video a couple of weeks ago, or actually about a week ago to be fair, on Assetto Corsa in the 2022 cars, so I'll leave a link up in the top right, racing some AI and making some moves into that corner, so go check that one out. And then as a bonus little detail, we have a glimpse of a third person view, and this car is the actual 22 Alpine. And just to confirm it, I'll throw up a comparison with the kind of basic F1 version of the car, which I raced with a few days ago in my 100% Miami race, and you can see the differences from the onboard. So the mirrors are the big giveaway that this is the actual Alpine. So our first glimpse at an actual F1 22 car chassis. So yeah, that's it, guys, for this one. Quite a few things to unpack. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I tried to keep it relatively short and not too long, and hopefully you appreciate it. If you want to see more of these in the future, then let me know. We have seen some tracks already change in games. If you want to see more comparisons, let me know. But yeah, guys, that's it from me. As always, like I said, like, subscribe, and a massive shout out to the members for supporting the content. Finally, check out the 2 videos on screen, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, take care, and let's go back from me.